Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
நித்யானந்த புரிதனிலே அருளாட்சி செய்யும் நித்யானந்தனே ஞானச்சுடரே தியான திருவுருவே நித்யானந்தனே சத்குருநாதனே அருள் தாரும் நித்யானந்தனே. ஆடிவா நித்யனே ஆடிவா புகழ் பாடி நின்றோம் விரைந்தோடிவா பக்தியுடன் ஆடவா உன் பதம் நாடவா எமக்கு வேறு என்ன வேண்டும் ஆண்டவா அருள் தரும் அப்பனேவா நித்யானந்தனேவா பக்தர் கூடி நின்றோம் காக்க நீயும் வா மறை சொல்லும் பித்தாவா நித்ய சித்தாவா ஞான வித்தை அருள் செய்திட நீ வா.
ஓம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர பரமசிவ சமாரம்பாம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பரமசிவ சக்தி மத்யமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சார்ய பர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். I welcome you all with my love and respects and blessings. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Anidar, Kotari, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and respects and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from KAILASA. Reason out, season out, hang out, chill out with the highest truth of Paramashivatva. I'll repeat. Reason out, season out, hang out, chill out with highest truths of Paramashivatva. Understand? Truths of Paramashivatva. All the constitutional rights given to each soul by the cosmos is the highest truths of Paramashivatva. See, like each country guarantees some rights by their constitution to their citizens, cosmos guarantees certain rights to all the beings, especially to human beings. So understand, the first right, I call it as the first amendment. The first right cosmos gives you is to think, feel, experience, and live as Paramashiva, and to be treated by everyone around you, everything around you as Paramashiva. Listen, not only you have the right to think, feel, exist, experience, live as Paramashiva, you have the right, everything around you, not only human beings, even the nature around you, should treat you as a Paramashiva, and you have a right. Please understand, these are the fundamental rights guaranteed by the cosmic constitution to every being, especially to human beings, because the human beings are hardwired for these greatest truths. Reason out. When I say reason out, I mean continuously using your logic, rationality. See, power to rationalize, ability to logically analyze, ability to internalize, the power of Sankhya, the right reasoning, the right way of reasoning is the unique gift given to all human beings. Understand? Just like two hands, two eyes, two ears, Paramashiva has given us a unique power called ability to rationalize, ability to logically come to a conclusion. And please understand, your ability to rationalize and ability to come to a logical conclusion is nowhere related to your so-called degrees, universities, education. No. Ability to logically come to conclusion, ability to rationalize comes through involvement. It is simple involvement. Please understand. If you develop the ability to rationalize, logically come to conclusion, reason out, through involvement, that becomes a powerful tool for your pratyaksha pramana. In Hindu tradition, there are various pramanas, the various levels of developing your being for enlightenment. In Shat Darshanas, various pramanas are described. Understand? Purvamimamsa by Jaimini, Uttaramimamsa by Vyasa, Nyaya by Gautama, Vaiseshika by Ganata, Padanjala by Yoga Sutras by Patanjali. The various darshanas, it's actually 6. Nyaya, Vaiseshika, Yoga, Sankhya, Uttaramimamsa, Purvamimamsa. Purvamimamsa is by Jaimini. Jaimini is the father of Purvamimamsa Tattva, and Vyasa is the father of Uttaramimamsa Tattva, and Kapila is the father of the Sankhya Tattva, Gautama is the father of Nyaya Tattva, Patanjali is the father of Yoga Tattva, and Ganada is the father of Vaiseshika Tattva. This Shat Darshana Tattvas, please understand, each of these darshans, each of these darshanas is centered on certain kind of reasoning out. The right reasoning
Shiva 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 Shivane Pande Avadaritan Kailaya Nayaka Nadidu Matatil Saivataye Avan Punaramaitan Shiva 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 Shivane Pande Avadaritan Kailaya Nayaka Nadidu Matatil Saivataye Avan Punaramaitan Nityananda 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 Shaktium Paramanaganajil Paditade Ashta Shaktium Patte Disegalum Unpuga.
Listen. Sorry for the technical glitch. Listen. Sat Darshanas and the Tattva, the thought current, the methodology of reasoning out described in the Sat Darshanas. I was explaining about it. Sankhya by Kapila, Yoga by Patanjali, Nyaya by Gautama, Vaiseshika by Ganata, Purvamimamsa by Jaimini, Uttaramimamsa by Vyasa. This Sat Darshanas teaches a very powerful method, way of thinking, logical reasoning. I tell you, developing logical reasoning is very good to keep your life excited. I tell you, if you use your reasoning ability, your reasoning ability as a corrupt, bad, cheap negotiation strategy with life and others, you will constantly feel suffocated, deprived, cheated. Listen, if you use your ability to reason out, your ability to logically come to a conclusion with tremendous violence, anger, just to fight with others, cheap, corrupt strategy to negotiate with life and others, you will feel suffocated, deprived, cheated, frustrated forever. Listen. Ability to reason out is the instrument, tool. In Sanskrit, we use the word antakarana. Buddhi is gifted to you by Paramashiva. First, develop that reasoning ability and reason out the great truth. You are Paramashiva. Listen. If you reason out you are Paramashiva, it's a conscious process. You can't just say, oh, I believe I am Paramashiva, so let me immediately manifest it. Understand? Your belief will become solidified cognition if you start reasoning out. Reasoning out with a fair reasoning out. I am not even saying you should look at the whole life with the eyes of the fairy tale, with the la la land, with the idea of the oasis. No, I am not even giving you some impossible, impractical cognitions. No. Reason out reasonably. Do not use your ability to reason constantly to negotiate with others and life. Don't use your logic, your ability to reason out in a cheap, cunning strategy method, a strategizing tool. to negotiate with life, with others, with the world. A small story. My friend and his wife stayed in a hotel, got a bill for $90. He screamed, for what? $90. The desk clerk said, for room and board, sir. My friend said, room and board? We did not eat here. The clerk said, it was here for you. If you did not get it, it's your fault. If you did not eat it, it's your fault. My friend said, you take $40 and I am charging you $50 for fooling around with my wife. The clerk said, I never touched your wife. I have not even spoken to your wife. My friend said, it was there for you. If you did not take it, it's your fault. Understand? Do not use your ability to reason out as a cheap strategy for negotiation or a tool to negotiate in a cheap way. Please listen. Some of the Nitya Satsangis who attend regularly Satsangs may be wondering after a long time a small story from Swamiji. Listen, actually in Savikalpa Samadhi, I was seeing the Kailasa visually. See, in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is no two, there is no seen and the seer. It's all one, pure consciousness. But in the next, the Savikalpa Samadhi, the vision is seen. Inside me only, a part of me is Paramashiva, part of me is Ganapati, part of me is Paramashiva Shakti, part of me is Subramanya, part of me is Kailasa. Like a inside me, the whole thing is seen. In Savikalpa Samadhi, I was seeing Paramashiva was giving the great truths, the teachings. Suddenly, he said something. I still can see what he said, but I am not able to map it to human language. Something like one Chana, he uttered something. The whole Kailasa was laughing. Paramashiva was laughing and Devi was laughing. Everyone was laughing. Whole Kailasa was laughing, roaring and laughing. I saw, this is the way exactly my laughing temple used to be. When I started giving my satsangs and classes in Adi Kailasa. And of course, I know it's again going to restart in this upgraded new beginning. I have lots of stories for you guys. Now, listen. If you see, you can see very clearly how your ability to reason out is being used by you violently. How you add so much violence to it. It is like if you get a knife in your hand And if you have a violence inside and knife in your hand, how you will act? Same way you can see your ability to reason out is being used by you with so much violence. Listen, all frustration, all feeling suffocated, all feeling exploited is nothing but you using your ability to reason out with violence. That is why I insist not having violence inside you. If you have violence inside you and expect others to suffer, you are a fool. You drink poison and expect your enemy to die. No, it is not going to happen. I tell you, bring absolute peace. You cannot immediately bring love, compassion, all that. First, you can only bring peace inside you. Bring peace, Shanti. You will see your ability to reason out, your ability to come to logical conclusion will be used by you properly. Listen. Knife in the hands of a compassionate doctor can save a person. The same knife in the hands of a violent fellow can kill others, can even kill himself when he is too frustrated by killing too many people. Finally, he kills himself. The ability to reason out, that ability is sacred, because every day you go on reasoning out about yourself, about your life, about your past, about your future. You are constantly in the process of reasoning out. That reasoning out is one of the powerful tools. Whether you want it or not, just like your breathing, reasoning out is part of your being, the core being. Listen. Sorry for technical glitch. Listen. Reasoning out is verily part of you, just like you are breathing. Manomaya kosa, constant reasoning out, is verily part of you, like pranamaya kosa, constantly breathing. Just like breathing is part of you, and reasoning out, logically coming to conclusions is verily part of you. All I am trying to tell you is, I am not asking you to approach life with so-called positivity, love, compassion. I tell you, love, compassion, positivity, everything cannot be generated. Only peace can be generated. Only peace can be achieved. From peace, all this manifests. From peace, in your inner peace, Shanti, Paramashantatuva, love, compassion, everything starts manifesting. Whether prayer or meditation, love, compassion, even powerful cognition, it all manifests from your Shantatva, Paramashantatuva. Work on Paramashantatuva. Listen again and again. I am repeating. You trying to build love. You may build a loving character, but love itself can't be built. You can build kind of a skin deep love. If you are not peaceful inside, your love will not be permanent. So first things first. First things first. First thing you can achieve for real is peace. Work for your peace by unclutching. Unclutching is the most sublime, subtle, powerful way of reasoning out. Most powerful, subtle way of coming to logical conclusions is unclutching. I tell you, in the beginning, unclutching may look like you are pushing your whole reasoning away. But when you start testing the unclutching, you will understand unclutching gives you the most powerful reasonable reasoning. Listen, in unclutching, the steam of violence inside you is released. Tremendous peace is brought inside you. The Paramashantatuva, peace. In that peace only you will see your logical ability to come to conclusion, your ability to come to logical conclusions, your power to reason out is separate from you. And you can handle that process reasonably, logically, be logically logical, reasonably reasoning it out. Reason out reasonably. Be logically logical. Unfortunately, you are always trying to use your ability to reason out to your ability to logically come to conclusion, to negotiate with the life, to bargain with the life. You think only by hard negotiation you will get best out of life, and you suffocate others and you, and literally destroy the life. I tell you, life happens to you by the depth of the peace inside you, and from the peace, the love which grows. From that peace, meditation which grows. From that peace, consciousness which grows. From that peace, compassion which grows. From that peace, the bliss which grows. That is the productivity of your life. Continuously reason out how you are the ultimate Paramashiva and how you strangle yourself with your ability to reason out, with your ability to come to logical conclusions. See, your ability to come to a logical conclusion, if you start using it violently towards others, you will start using the same thing violently towards you. And you will be constantly unhappy with yourself and unhappy with others. Frustrated with yourself and frustrated with others. It is too simple. Just remember the story I told just now. The desk clerk has money for the breakfast, the food you did not eat. Then immediately you try to ask the money from him for the acts he did not do. Listen, it may be like a joke, but look in how many times you are playing this crucial, I should say that, this cruel joke in many crucial moments of your life with you and with others. Just sit and pen down 5 moments. Listen, today try to do this. Just 5 moments when you played this cruel joke during the crucial moments of your life with yourself and with others. I'll tell you a very simple way how my reasoning out functions in a very simple way. I'll give you one simple example. When I am unclutched and sitting in samadhi, sometimes with the eyes open, my disciples come and present various situations and issues where I need to make decisions. During very critical moments, crucial moments, or emergency situations, they ask me, Swamiji, don't you ever feel insecure about the future and how things are going to happen, how things are going to be? Don't you feel insecure ever? I tell you, listen carefully. I am giving you exactly as I reason out. The very way I reason out, I am presenting it to you. Listen carefully. See, in cinema, there are various ways of storytelling, like starting with a simple introduction, then slowly taking it to the intense part of the story, then finally climax. Or first opening the climax, then explaining the climax through flashback, justifying the climax through flashback. So all of you understand how I look at my life, If you write my life, the first line, first statement is born in Arunachala, Tiruvannamalai. Hey, climax is over. That line is the climax. Over. Now I have to win. My life has to be victorious. Nothing else can happen. Nothing else can be done. Everything else happening after that first line is flashback justifying it. It is like you pick up a thriller novel, you finish reading the climax, the last 2 pages. Then read the novel from the first page. You know what is the climax and you will not have insecurity, fear. Because whether when you read the thriller novel or a movie, when you watch a movie, you travel with hero. You identify yourself with the hero and you travel with hero. The insecurity hero goes through, you also go through. But if you know the climax, if you know the end of the thriller movie or a thriller novel, if you know the climax, you will not have the insecurity. You will just go through the movie and enjoy frame by frame the work involved in that movie. You will enjoy that. So be very clear. The first line of my biography, born in Arunachala, Tiruvannamalai, over, climax is done. After that, everything is told, everything done, everything shown, everything is just a flashback. After that one line is born in Tiruvannamalai. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னடா சொல்லுவீங்க என்னை பத்தி? என்ன சொன்னாலும் அது ஃபிளாஷ்பேக் தான்டா. Say in any field, for people to measure them, for example, if a politician, political leader, how you will measure him? How many times he was prime minister or chief minister or a president? He was in power. And what is his vote bank? Same way, in any field celebrity, you will measure based on how many movies he acted, how many super hits, blockbuster super hits he gave, how many national awards, international awards he got. That's where you will measure them. In spiritual field, to gauge somebody, to measure somebody, the fundamental requirements are powerful Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara, unbroken lineage of enlightened beings. First. Second, a powerful spiritual ecosystem which groomed him. Third, when he manifested, all the great truths given to him by Guru Parampara and the ecosystem as his own experience. Fourth, how he manifests the multi-dimensions and powers of that enlightenment. All these four, peak of all these four which I uttered now, powerful enlightened master's lineage, powerful ecosystem, ability to make the person manifest the enlightenment as his own experience, and ability to make that person manifest multi-dimensions of enlightenment. In all four, Arunachala is the peak and highest possible available brand. So when you say the first word, Tiruvannamalai Pirandar, born in Arunachala, Tiruvannamalai, over. Climax is done. Climax is over. Now it is no more a thriller movie or thriller novel. Now it is all flashback justifying the climax. Flashback justifying the climax. So I know for sure I have to win. I know for sure I will be successful. I know for sure I have to do the work Paramashiva gave me. Understand. The logic, the way I reason out my existence consciously, I opened it up. Don't try to tell it is positive thinking. No. I just know a simple, reasonable way of reasoning out the ultimate truths. You may try to give a different name, confidence, bhakti, is trust on Arunachala. All whatever names you want to give, whatever brandings you want to do, I tell you, even if you reasonably reason out, stop hurting yourself with the self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred. If you use your reasoning with a self-doubt, hurt yourself constantly, then self-doubt will become self-denial. And the self-denial will naturally lead to self-hatred. Self-doubt will lead to self-hatred and self-denial both simultaneously. So understand, reasoning out reasonably will make you naturally peaceful, blissful, loving, caring, compassionate, absolutely life positive without even you thinking you are life positive. See, if you think you are beautiful, your beauty is ugly. Over. if you don't even think you are beautiful, others think you are beautiful. That is the most beautiful thing. You should not think you are beautiful. Others should think you are beautiful. Same way, people who live around you should think you are life positive. You should not even think you are life positive. That is the real life positivity. People around you should feel, oh God, I know him for so many years. What kind of a stamina and life positivity he is carrying? This happens when you start logically logical, reasonably reasoning out. Listen, we all know the meaning of the words uttered, but when we pick up fight, how we twist, listen carefully. This is for all the Kailasavasis and everyone. Just sit with yourself and see how you twist the words during the interaction with the life. One more story. I have one more story. Miss D'Angelo was a none too bright girl. Listen, you should enjoy every line of the story. Miss D'Angelo was a none too bright girl who had moved to Hollywood with the dreams of becoming a star. She did not find fame or glory, but she did encounter plenty of men willing to enjoy her plentiful charms, and eventually she found herself named in a divorce case. When it was her turn on the stand, the prosecutor came forward. Miss D'Angelo, the wife of the defendant. Listen, Miss D'Angelo, the wife of the defendant, has identified you as the other woman in her husband's life. Now, do you admit that you went to the Price Right motel with this Mr. Evans? Well, yes, acknowledged Miss D'Angelo with a sniff, but I could not help it. Could not help it? Asked the lawyer derisively. How is that? She replied, Mr. Evans deceived me. Lawyer asked, exactly what do you mean? She replies, see, when we signed in, he told the motel clerk, I was his wife. Listen, you all know how the words are used and what they mean in every situation. D'Angelo knows. When Mr. Evans tells the motel clerk, she was his wife, what he means and what is the meaning. Can that word stand in the court of law as the wife? No. And she knows Evans does not mean what he says. Many times, knowing with your reasonably reasoning logic This is not going to be the case the way people present things in front of you. You jump into the action due to your stress. Listen. Now I am giving you one of the very powerful cognition. Many time in the life, keeping quiet is the powerful strategy. Powerful Brahmastra. Because many time, you can't keep quiet. You can't silence your restlessness to be productive or the squeeze the juice, maximum juice out of life. See, this one life theory makes man mad. He has to squeeze maximum out of life this 100 years. So what he does? He programs himself, go on to do. Many times, because you can't keep quiet, you do something and end up in a mess. To repair that mess, you may have to spend some time, years or even life. This whether
யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் ஊரகிற்கு வந்தம்மை ஆட்கொள்ள தேவர்களை காத்திட வைத்தான் தாயாய் பேரருள் புரிய உடல் ரோமம் சிலிர்த்திட நித்யனாய் வந்து அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். முத்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரமஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த தமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் முத்தை கிளப்பி விட்டேனில் பர தத்துவம் கற்பித்த பாரமஞானியாய் ஞானக்கண் கொடுத்த தமக்கே ரூபம் காட்டிய மாய வித்தை செய்யும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நேரி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் யாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டா ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான். உள்ளும் பூரமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் உள்ளும் பூரமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமானாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தார் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அறிந்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் அப்த வாக்கியங்களான
Listen. Sorry for the technical glitch. Listen. Many times, just because you can't keep quiet, your restlessness inside, either the violence, wrong logic of feeling exploited, or the wrong logic you have to squeeze the life and take the maximum juice out of life. You do actions, you take decisions actually to be maximum productive. You do things in your agitation, but moments, if you kill somebody, you literally pay your whole life to repair it. I tell you, I can give you one assurance. If you learn to keep quiet when you need to keep quiet, see, in some of the business deals, some home or a mall, when a owner sells, he says, if you are the buyer, if the buyer is going to sell after a few years, first right should be given to the same guy. He will say that right to the first right to buy. You should first ask me. If I say I am not able to buy, I don't want, then you can give it to others. Same way, during your decision-making process, always keep the unclutching or keeping quiet as the first option. During every agitated moment, every depressed moment, every painful moment, every moment of suffering, keep this as a first option. What is it? Keeping quiet. Silence. Keep that as a first option. I tell you, many times, keeping quiet or patience is best productive strategy during wars, crisis, and many situations in your life. Only if you feel that keeping quiet is not going to work and you really need to do something, do. Otherwise, keeping quiet as the first option. I tell you, most of the time, just because you can't keep quiet. Your inner restlessness, wrong reasoning out, pushes you to do something. You do something and end up spending years or your whole life cleaning up that mess. Cleaning up for that mess. Reason out that you are Paramashiva. Next truth. Season out with the truth you are Paramashiva. Season out means even when you go through ups and downs, success and failures, good and bad, right and wrong, even when you consider your life is becoming mess continuously, you are collapsing and life is falling apart, even during those seasons, hold on to the truth you are Paramashiva and look from that powerful cognition you are Paramashiva and operate. Listen, in the West, 4 seasons. In Hindu tradition, it is always 6 seasons. Shat Rutu, we call it 6 seasons. All Shat Rutus, all 6 seasons. Sit yourself with the powerful cognition you are Paramashiva and go on operating from that. Please understand, in Hindu tradition, when you manifest Archavatara means making a stone idol into God. When that process is done, it's a very beautiful process. The Acharya who does Prana Pratishta, he will initiate the deity with the Bija mantra of the deity. For example, if it is a Shivalinga, that Bija mantra, Om Om Shivaya Namaha, there's a Bija mantra. He will initiate the deity into the Bija mantra and leave the deity in the open air for all 6 seasons. The deity has to be with the Bija mantra sitting all 6 seasons. After all the 6 seasons in the open air, if there is no crack in the deity, it is ready for the next Prana Pratishta process. Seasoning out. Even the stone is seasoned out with the great truth to become God. Same way for you. If you sit with the truth and season out yourself, you will become Nijavatara. This is the science of God making. Listen, Hinduism has this unique tradition of science of God making, making the God enter into a deity as Archavatara or enter into a human being as Nijavatara. Not even human being, it can enter even into any being. So understand, sit with this truth. You are Paramashiva for all 6 seasons, Shat Rutus. That is what I call seasoning out. When I say Shat Rutus, all 6 seasons, not just summer, winter, I mean inner seasons. Peak joy, worst suffering. In all various moods, season out yourself with this truth. Listen. In one frequency, what you feel as peace becomes good in the next frequency. Actually, from peace only all auspiciousness starts. That's why all Vedas, after they utter the ultimate sound Om, the next word they utter is Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All Veda mantras conclude with this Shanti. Begin with this Shanti. Because from peace only, all the auspicious things can grow. From peace, the peace in the next level frequency becomes feel-good feeling. Then next level frequency, it becomes pleasant. Then next level frequency, it becomes joy. Then next level frequency, it becomes ecstasy. Then next level frequency, it becomes bliss. Then next level frequency, it becomes eternal bliss. Whether this season of goodness or the seasons of bad. I think bad I don't need to explain much. All of you know. Only good I need to explain so much. In all seasons, decide to stick to Paramashivatva. Operate from that. Reason out, season out, the truths of Paramashivatva during all the inner seasons. Stick to the truth or truths of Paramashivatva. All the constitutional rights given to you. The First Amendment of the Cosmic Constitution. Reason out those truths of Paramashivatva and season out with those truths of Paramashivatva. Listen. I gave you one example, how I look at my life. The first line itself is a climax. After that, everything told is only a flashback. Justification for that climax. And I tell you, all of you, when you use reasonably reasoning way, reasonable reasoning out, logically logical, when you start being open, simple, straightforward, with your life, you will all find the simple flow of your life and you will know the climax. Nothing to be stressed, nothing to shake you, nothing to make you collapse or nothing to make you move away from your conscious existence. In Tamil, there is a beautiful statement. Tannilai thazhamayum thalndakkal uyir vazhamayum manam enapadum. Means not losing out of your consciousness, your first person's integrity. Your first person's integrity. Let me repeat. Means knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you are, and standing with it is life. Understand? Reasoning out and seasoning out with the powerful truths of Paramashivatva. Next is hang out and chill out with Paramashivatva, the highest truths of life. See, Ma Nitya Mahaguhambananda is messaging. I'll read out her message. Ma Nitya Mahaguhambananda in YouTube. She is messaging. Swamiji, I saw you healing me during MRI scan. Doctor asked me to get MRI done. He was worried for me going through a surgery. He now says I will not need any surgery in this life. Listen, this is our message, Guhambananda's message. And the truth I am going to explain, hanging out with the higher truths. It has a connection. Listen. Mahaguhambananda, she has certain feeling connection, devotion, Guru Bhakti. Even when doctor says she need MRI scan, even when she is going through the MRI scan, she was hanging out with me, not with her insecurities and fears. That is what I call build Guru Bhakti when you can, it will be useful when you can't. Build Guru Bhakti when you can, it will be useful when you can't. Build feeling connection when you can, it will be useful for you when you can't. Mahaguhambananda, she built it when she can. So it is now useful for her when she can't. Hanging out means making the undercurrent of your life as this Paramashivatva, higher principles. See, I can give you some 10 higher principles. You are Paramashiva. Even when you don't remember it, you are Paramashiva. And this idea of karma, what you do comes back to you. what you do comes back to you. If you don't remember yourself as Paramashiva, if you remember yourself as Paramashiva, what you did when you are not remembering you as a Paramashiva will not come back to you. Listen. This is what karma mukti. I am not defining karma to bind you. I am defining karma to liberate you. Please understand. All my definitions till now, I have defined at least 10,000 key powerful truths of Hinduism, like God, Vedanta, Veda, knowledge, Vidya, Vairagya, renunciation, Shanta, Mangala, at least 10,000. Every definition is focused on liberating you, giving you solution. The definition itself with the focus of liberating you. So I am defining karma. Listen. Ordinary definition, all of you know about karma is what you do comes back to you. But I tell you, what you do comes back to you only if you remain in that same mood or consciousness. Many times there is a sketch used, like a card. One person will be sitting and he drops the card and it goes round and comes and falls on him. Just can you Google and get that sketch and show? You all may be understanding what I am saying. If you just push one card and it goes round and comes back and last card falls on you. You understand karma in this way only. I tell you, all your actions will come back to you only if you remain in that same consciousness. If you raise your consciousness, it will not come back to you. You can say, hey, now I am Paramashiva. You can't come back to me. When this was committed, I was ordinary person, ordinary man. Now I am Paramashiva, so you can't come back to me. That is why the initiation into the higher truth, when you start reasoning out and seasoning out with the higher truths, you are called Dvija, reborn, newborn. Understand the second truth about life, karma. No karma affects you if you raise your consciousness. The action done in certain consciousness, inner space, only that inner space suffers the reaction. If that inner space is evolved, the reactions don't come to you. The reactions don't come to you. Reason out this great truth. Season out with this great truth. Listen. This is the fundamental of the KAILASA jurisprudence. I don't know how many of you know. In Manusmriti, if somebody commits a crime, like a murder or stealing, and if he takes sannyas, he can't be punished. That's Dharma Shastra. If he takes sannyas and lives the sannyas space, he can't be punished. I am making this as a law in KAILASA. Because KAILASA is functioning as per constitution of the cosmos. Listen carefully. Dharma Shastras are constitution of the cosmos. It's a jurisprudence of the cosmos. Everything I am saying, everything I am asking you to do is nothing but introducing the Kailasa culture to you even while you are in planet Earth. So when you go to Kailasa, you will not have a cultural shock. So many people asked me. When I went to US, first time when I went to US, I think I was 25. 2003, I went to US first time. And I am born in 78. 78 to 2003. So 25. People asked me, Swamiji, don't you feel the cultural shock? You are born and brought up in a village and you are here suddenly in a different country, different kind of people, meeting them, giving them classes, solutions, lessons on enlightenment. Don't you feel the cultural shock? I said, no, because in the young age itself, my gurus have trained me, making me meet the Westerners, foreigners who come to Tiruvannamalai. Because I have seen enough of people from all over the world who come to Tiruvannamalai for enlightenment, I don't feel any cultural shock. I did not have a cultural shock when I started traveling all over the world. Same way, I am training you for the Kailasa lifestyle, constitution of Kailasa, jurisprudence of Kailasa, lifestyle of Kailasa. So when you go there, you will not have cultural shock. You know the traffic rules of Kailasa. Listen, karma as per the cosmos is the inner space which committed the karma gets the karma back. If you have changed, evolved with a higher inner space, you will not have that karma. You will not have that suffering. This great truth, reason it out, season it out, you will really see how whatever you may go through in your life, the cosmic constitution still holds good anywhere you may live. If you reason out and season out with this great truth, you can understand. If you reason out and season out with this truth, you can see clearly. Whenever you raise your consciousness, the effects of your old karma does not touch you, doesn't impact you. I have a sketch to show you. Just see it. This is the way you understand karma normally. But actually, after pushing the first board, if you walk out, if you get out, it will not fall on you. That's all. If you continue to sit there, then it will fall on you. Project both. All of you understand what I am saying. Usually this is the picture shown to you to explain karma. What goes comes around. If you are stupidly sitting and shitting in that same place with the same inner space. If you have a simple intelligence, shift your cognition. Start reasoning out and seasoning out and hanging out and chilling out with the higher truths. You will not get the karma back to you. You will not get the results of the action done by you. So understand this. This is a usual picture given to all of you to understand about the karma. If you sit after pushing the first board or the first brick, if you continue to sit and shit in the same place, the last brick will fall on you. But if you shift your inner space, the last brick will not fall on you. What goes comes around. But if you are not sitting in that round, it will not come back to you. It will not come back to you. These powerful truths, reason out with it, season out with it, hang out with it, chill out with it. You will manifest Paramashivatva. First thing, understand the initiation into Paramashivatva. When you start reasoning out and seasoning out, the first thing will happen is all your karmas will stop touching you, harassing you. See, when you start the pranayama, the first change will happen in your body is your body will become colorful. Like eyes will become more dark. The white part of the eyes will become more white. The lips will become more rosy. The nails will become more shining. All the body parts will become more colorful. The natural color will get intensified. Same way, when you start reasoning out and seasoning out with the Paramashivatva, higher truths, the first effect will be all your past karmas will stop affecting you. The effect of your past karma will drastically reduce on you. Suddenly your health will become wonderful. Your inner space, your wealth, your relationships, everything. The past karmas will lose its power over you. Listen. Listen intensely and contemplate. I'll continue to give the satsang in just few minutes. It is just whole system is getting into samadhi. I'll settle and then start again. Just give me few minutes break. Stay tuned.
படிகுண்டு திரும்ப வரான் கலியுக அவதாரம் சிவனோட சக்தி சேர்ந்து ஆள போகும் புது யுகம் பக்தனின் குறை போக்க எடுத்து வரான் விஸ்வரூபம் கருணையே குருவாய் வந்த நித்யானந்த பரமசிவம் படிகுண்டு திரும்ப வரான் கலியுக அவதாரம் சிவனோட சக்தி சேர்ந்து ஆள போகும் புது யுகம் பக்தனின் குறை போக்க எடுத்து வரான் விஸ்வரூபம் கருணையே குருவாய் வந்த நித்யானந்த பரமசிவமே இடிக்குது கேளுடா சிவ எழுந்து வர்றான் பாருடா தக தகதி பிடிக்குதா கொடி கோட்டை தாண்டி பறக்குதா சிவரூபம் தரித்து வந்து முக்காலம் கடந்து சென்று முடிவில்லா வாழ்க்கை தந்து குலங்காக்கும் சாதா சிவனை சொல்லிய பொய்கள் பல நூறு சொன்னாலுமே உன் புகழ் மாறாது தகதிமி தாளம் இது அதை அடக்கி ஆட இனி முடியாது ஆதி ஜோதி அவதாரம் எடுத்து வந்தவன் சாவ கண்டு பயமும் இல்ல ஆள பிறந்தவன் அழியாத தெய்வ பூமி காக்க வளர்ந்தவன் கொள்கைக்காக எதையும் மறக்க துறக்க துணிஞ்சவன் சைவினமே பெற்ற புல்ல செந்தமிழும் நாவில் துள்ள பாதையில தடைகள் பல தகர்ந்து
Om. Listen. Sorry for the spiritual glitch. I can't call it technical glitch. And actually, spirituality is not a glitch. It's like a... So, sorry for the glitch. Listen. Today I was explaining first about what is reasoning out, seasoning out, hanging out, chilling out with Paramashivatva truths. Paramashivatva truths I am explaining. First, you are Paramashiva. Second, you have a right to feel, exist, think, experience, live as Paramashiva. Third, you have a right to be treated as Paramashiva by others and life. Fourth, this karma theory. Listen, this karma. The results of your karma will come back to you only if you continue to stay in the same inner space with which you performed that karma. If you raise your inner space, the effects of the karma you performed while you were in the lower space does not come to you. It's a truth. Reason out, season out, hang out, chill out with this truth, you will understand. That is why Manuvadi Dharmashastras, from Manu, all Dharmashastras, does not punish when someone becomes a sannyasi for the karmas he committed in his pre-sannyas, pre-monastic life. For example, Valmiki, I don't know how many number of murders Valmiki committed, but he did not go to hell or he did not suffer. Once he raised his consciousness with the initiation of Narada, his whole karma did not come back to him. Arunagirinathar. was not only womanizer, and he has done everything possible. Nothing came to him after he got initiated by Subramanya. All the karmas did not come back to him when he was initiated by Subramanya, when his inner space changed. I can give you the huge list. Next thing, listen. When you start reasoning out and seasoning out and hanging out with the Paramashivatva truths, extraordinary confidence about life, exorbitant positivity, love for life will manifest. From that love for life only, you become non-violent. You understand the value of life. So listen. Understanding the value of life makes you fulfilled, successful in anything you do. Whether you are a doctor, engineer, politician, leader, spiritual seeker, anything. If you understand value of life, you are fulfilled. Listen. Understanding the value of life makes you conscious about your existence. So I'll continue in further satsangs. Now, the homework for today, watch this satsang again, at least 2 times, and sit and pen down, reason out every truth I revealed with the right way of reasoning. With the right way of reasoning. Understand? Come to conclusions with the right way of reasoning. I have one more story to tell you all. Small story. A foreigner in Europe starts speaking to neighbor. I tell you, sir, this country is great country, and I praise God that I came to this country. I am living in Europe. The foreigner was expounding to a new acquaintance. Where else, I ask you, could it happen that you could do a hard day's work, then find yourself outside the gates, standing in the rain, waiting for the bus? The guy intruded, was listening. He said, you call that great? Man said, but wait now. A big black limousine pulls up, and the boss opens the back door and says, it's a hell of a night to be out in the rain. Why don't you come in here and warm up? And when you are inside, he says, that coat is awfully wet. Let me buy you a new one. All right. And after he has bought you a coat, He asks where you live and says, that's a long drive on a night like this. Why not come to my house? So he takes you to his big mansion and gives you a big meal and a few drinks and a warm bed for the night and a hot breakfast and ride back to the work. I tell you, this is the great country. It would never happen to me in any other country. The guy asks, and it happened to you here? The acquaintance asked skeptically. This fellow says, no, but it happened to my sister. Think through. Even if you miss the joke, don't miss the laughter. And if you miss the joke now, listen to the satsang again. Maybe in the late night or tomorrow morning. When you get your ride back, you will get the joke. And come back for the next satsang. I'll give you more powerful cognitions and truths. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Om Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.